Now to be a Assemblyman and Historian of Albany. Jack McEnany, you over there?
Yep.
You want to stand up and give us your grace? Thank you for coming down, Jack. Personnel Committee coming together, full roll.
Sure, Mr. Chairman. Ethier,
Here.
Kuhn, Drake, Simpson, and Ward are excused. Grimm,
Here.
Ray Joyce,
Here.
Dukakis, and Reedy.
Here.
5 present, Mr. Chairman.
I'll take the minutes for minutes. Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, first resolution.
Items 2 and 3 are tabled at request of sponsor. Item 4 is authorizing a collective bargaining agreement between the Sheriff's Office, the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, and Law Enforcement Local 294, and amending the 2023 Sheriff's Office budget. Sheriff?
Thank you. This is our Law Enforcement Supervisors Union, Local 294. It's a good contract. They're excited. You know what? We raised their salaries. We got some salary adjustments on the low end, and overall, it's a 16% raise. So everybody's happy.
Any questions for Sheriff? Take a motion by Ray, and second. Second, anybody opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Item 5 is confirming the appointment of the Albany County Historian and amending the 2023 executive budget. I believe Cam Flagan from the Executive's Office is here, as well as Jack McEnany.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for having us. We're here to confirm the county executive's appointment of Jack McEnany to the position of county historian, a man who needs no introduction, but obviously someone who has a great deal of experience not only as a historian, but public servant and local resident. Included in the RLA is a budget amendment to create a paid position of the county historian. Previously, it was an unpaid position. So if you guys have any questions for myself or Mr. McEnany, we'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions for Jack?
Yeah, thanks, Chairman. I read over the duties in Jack, and it seems like, I think they were written 10 or 20 years ago.
Yeah.
There was no mention of the 250th commemoration and anniversary.
Right.
So I would like to know from you, what do you think your deliverables would be as the county historian?
Well, I have a couple of concerns. I was the county historian, and the job previously did pay, but it would not pay for anyone who was already a county employee, and that was changed when I left.
So, just to be clear, do we have one now, or has it been on
No.
absent? How long has it been on absent?
Years. It's been years.
been
The
years.
last one that had it was briefly under the county executive, and it was Johnny Evers. And he had it while he had another position in the county executive's office. When he left that, he resigned that position. It was never filled again. And that's got to be, I don't know, 7, 8 years, something like
Well,
that.
then my next question was, how critical is it if we didn't have it for so many years, and how are you going to change it, I guess?
Well, you just broke the law, that's why. And before that, under the
We haven't, by
Breslin
not having one?
administration, there have been letters sent over the course of years saying every municipality in New York State is required to have a municipal historian, be it on county, town, anything. That's the law.
So you've led the, you've read the job duties. I'm sure you have your own point of view on what you think it is, and I'm curious what that is.
One, we need the dignity of having a person working for the city of Albany who can be the historian and have knowledge. I think whoever is the historian has to deal with some of the town historians, the city historians, to bring them all together. You mentioned, Mark, the 250th anniversary. The way we look at the 250th anniversary, the way we did, and I was around at that time, we look at it very differently. We're much more inclusive in realizing who was involved and what we were creating when we created this great republic. And I think even from simply a matter of knowing that we are Albany, we have to remember only one historic fact, and for people who may not even care, this nation would not be the nation that it is or perhaps a nation at all, had it not been for the Battle of Saratoga. Now, the Battle of Saratoga is considered to be the turning point of the American Revolution. And for those of you who care about the tourism that shows up your community and all of it, it makes it different and unique and superior, look at your next door neighbor of Pennsylvania. If you had to name one battle of the Civil War, you would say Gettysburg. Why? Because it was the turning point. It made the difference. It gave us hope and eventually brought the country back together. With the Battle of Saratoga, it was a 3-point attack. This was only one of them. This was the one that was the strongest. One was supposed to come from New York, one from the west. Neither one really became what they intended it to be. But the Battle of Saratoga had a European, well-trained army, perhaps the best army in the world. And at that point, a somewhat ragtag, civilian, for the most part, militia, got together and defeated a professional military army that had been the model of the world. What did that mean? It meant that after the Battle of Saratoga and not before the Battle of Saratoga, we got recognition from the Dutch, from the Spanish, from the French troops. We got the French Navy, and by the time we got to Yorktown, we had won the American Revolution. If we had not had the American Revolution, and if we had not had people like Kosciuszko, who did all the preparation on it, and also General Schuyler, who did all the preparation work, which the nuts and bolts that had to be done, and we did not take people who, in most cases, in our area, spoke more Dutch than they did English, and put their lives on the line, not only the people that apparently had little to lose, but also those that had everything to lose, we would not have had this nation.
Can I just ask
The
you,
idea of people not knowing about the 250th, and I already see trends of people saying, let it go. We need somebody who has to
I'm dying,
say
you
that.
raised Philip Schuyler, so I'm dying to ask
Yeah.
you that question. What are your feelings about removing the statue?
The same thing I told the mayor over 3 years ago. I think it's a very poor idea. I thought it was not fair to our veterans. It was not fair to our heritage. No one supports slavery, certainly not in this day and age. But the 1700s were a cruel period everywhere in the world, regardless of whether you were in Africa or in Europe or here or elsewhere in the world.
Now, if I
So
could
you
go
would've-
back.
You would have kept it standing then?
We should have had
That's far
signage.
afield of why we're here
We-
today.
Now, yeah, can I just return?
He's a county historian.
No, it's a good
Yeah,
question.
and you
Can I-
can
There
certainly
should
ask
have
that question
been-
in private, offline.
there
after
should
the
have-
appointment.
Excuse me, you're not the chair, you're counsel, aren't you?
Speaking on my behalf.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I
Thank
appreciate your-
There should
Thanks
have,
for answering,
yeah,
Judge.
there should have been interpretation for all these things.
It's like a sign or something.
Now,
Yes.
and to return to your original question,
Yeah.
I did look at what other county historians do over on the state, and I did update the distinguishing features of the class. If you'll see the second to last sentence, it actually specifically mentions commemorations of historical anniversaries and other patriotic observations. So,
You've added to the duties?
yes, yeah. So I specifically updated that to reflect what other counties are doing, as well as adding the, as Mr. McEnany alluded to, the tourism and economic development aspects of a job like this that can work in tandem with our tourism and economic development agencies. So it's definitely a modern version
You've
of the
answered
county
my
historian.
concern was, will this be about celebrating America or tearing it down? And I think,
No.
I'm satisfied with your answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Jack?
Thanks, Skip.
Come on. No other questions?
Okay.
Take a motion? Motion first and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? It's unanimous. Congratulations, Jack.
Thank you, everyone.
Second. Anybody opposed? Unanimous, we're adjourned. Thank you.